Little People, Big World's Matt Roloff revealed whether or not the series has ended in a post that left the details of his time on the show public. Matt Roloff shared Heartbroken news. And Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff lands in urgent care ahead of JoJo's birthday. Tori Roloff has been under a lot of stress. Star of Little People, Big World, Matt Roloff discussed if he thinks the show is finally ending. For the better part of 2 decades, Matt and his ex-wife, Amy Roloff, have shared their life and their kids on film for viewers of Little People, Big World. The turmoil amongst the Roloffs increased as Matt and Amy's marriage faltered and their 4 children grew up and left the nest, despite the show's original plot device, which was to show viewers how the family's experiences with dwarfism influenced their lives. Nobody really knows at this point if the last episode was the series' final. Matt explained in a Facebook post why, in his opinion, the network of Little People, Big World has not yet said whether or not the show is canceled, even though the most recent season final gave the impression that it had. According to Matt's Facebook post, nobody really knows at this point if the last episode was the series' final. He clarified that the show's contract has allowed it to run from season to season for the past few years, meaning it might end or return. Matt said, "I'm really happy and satisfied with the run of shows and the journey we shared." Matt touched on a number of subjects in his update, but he spent a lot of time talking about his children, some of whom had previously publicly distanced themselves from him. Jeremy, Zach, and Molly oversee their distinct residences, undertakings, and farms, Matt revealed, adding that Jacob, the youngest Roloff child, has returned with his family to an open canvas of opportunity. Even though the youngest son of Matt and Amy assists him in managing the family farm, Matt continued to acknowledge that he doesn't get to see Zach and his gorgeous kids nearly as frequently as any of us would like. Even though Matt's life has changed significantly since Little People, Big World debuted in 2006, his bond with his children is probably the most significant change. A decade after the premiere of Little People, Big World, Matt divorced Amy in 2016, and while he was able to start over after that, he has faced some significant challenges with his family over the years. Despite putting his life on display for the public to see, Matt has found it difficult to accept criticism for anything he has done, including his separation from his son, Zach Roloff, and the sale of the family farm. Considering that Little People, Big World will probably conclude once the Roloff kids have left the show, Matt appears to be aware that he is entering a new chapter of his life. Matt seems to understand that the show isn't everything, even though he's open to the thought of going back to the series. Matt's article demonstrated that he's prepared to move on from Little People, Big World, and keep the door open for a future return by appreciating his connections with his family and even starting to get along with his ex-wife in new ways. Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff lands in urgent care ahead of JoJo's birthday. Tori Roloff has been under a lot of stress. Zach Roloff, star of Little People, Big World, had a minor health scare this week when he went to urgent care for some relief from sickness. Season 25 of Little People, Big World, which was guest starred by Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, concluded recently. Zach has previously struggled with health concerns. During season 25 of Little People, Big World, for example, he had to have an emergency shunt revision, which was originally hinted at in the teaser before viewers could see how things played out on screen. Zach Roloff of Little People, Big World had to be brought to urgent care in order to receive some relief from sickness, according to his wife, Tori. The day before their son JoJo turned 2, Tori posted on Instagram stories about how stressed she's been. She had to accompany her husband to the hospital in addition to being preoccupied with JoJo's birthday preparations. We ended up at urgent care to help get Zach some relief from sickness. She told me, Though their difficulties didn't stop there, Tori felt overburdened. When her flooring was being replaced, Tori tried to move some furniture after coming home from urgent care. This resulted in her throwing her back out. These are the times when God is telling us all to slow down, Tori said in an Instagram story. The young Roloff family experienced a lot in a single day, including Josh's birthday festivities, Zach's medical condition, and Tori throwing her back out. Thankfully, Zach was able to return home in time for Josh's second birthday. Later on, Tori shared a video of the family with Josh sitting on the kitchen counter next to his cake, singing "Happy Birthday." The camera briefly shifted over to Zach and his family at home. As the Roloff family sung "Happy Birthday," Josh was unsure of how to respond or whether to smile. He was glancing back and forth between his family and the cake. The construction-themed cake appeared to be a hit because Tori subsequently shared a video of Josh stuffing his face with dessert on his birthday while seated in a high chair. "I believe he enjoys the cake," Tori continued. In her subsequent Instagram story, Josh was seen dozing off on top of his mother. Many families can identify with a lot of what Tori shared on Instagram in the days leading up to Josh's birthday. Sometimes stressful situations arise out of the blue, even at the worst possible times. It's obvious that Tori tried her hardest given the situation, and maybe now and in the days to come will be much more peaceful for her and her family. Fans will now have to rely on Zach and Tori's podcasts and social media posts to acquire all the most recent information, both positive and negative, about the family as they are no longer on Little People Big World. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.